Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today we're going to be looking at a puzzle with some very odd rules indeed. I'm not sure I fully understand them. We'll try and figure them out as we go along, but do have a look at it on the link under the video if you fancy it. Now, don't forget, however, to have a look at Jay Dyer's unbelievable numeric alchemy Sudoku hunt. You can see most, I think, of the front page here of the alchemist working in his attic, trying to turn numbers into gold, and Jay will help you find the way to do that. It's fantastic. We got a response. We got a response to the whole hunt, the final solution, within 11 hours, and that must have been, well done, Mew Rocks. That must have been someone who literally wrapped a cold towel around their head and went at it for 11 hours. The next answer we got into the whole hunt was 3 hours later. We had about 50 answers overnight to the first 5 puzzles, and even that is incredibly good going. These puzzles are tricky but incredibly rewarding. That is what everybody has said, so I think that's an absolute guarantee. You will love them if you give them a try, if you really get into them. Obviously, the Fistemfell hunt is also running. I mean, such riches until the 10th of the month. Very well done to those people who've answered that, and Simon is shouting you out, I know, on the channel every day. Very well done indeed. So do check out all the great stuff on Patreon. There's also our merchandise and our apps, and they're all on the links under the video. There are 8 apps. In one of them you can get to 2 of our releases, the Gas and the Domino Sudoku. That's all coming through the new CTC app, which is what we're trying to use going forward after we had problems with the App Store outrageously thinking that our offerings were too similar to each other. They're not doing the puzzles, you can tell that. Anyway, that's all on the links under the video. The first link under the video is to this puzzle by Spacky, who has not featured on the channel before, I don't think, except maybe under another name. And a synthesis puzzle called Diagonal Craziness. Now, I'm going to read the rules, and we're going to try and understand what they mean. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's the numbers 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. On positive diagonals, digits may not repeat. Well, I believe a positive diagonal is where, in terms of x and y axis, both x and y equal 1. So maybe down here, x equals 1, y equals 1. This is a positive diagonal. And that means that digits don't repeat on that, but they also don't repeat on this positive diagonal or this one, etc. I understand that rule. That's relatively straightforward. On negative diagonals, digits must repeat as much as possible, with one digit having priority, meaning that the priority digit will occupy every cell that it possibly can within the rules of Sudoku on that diagonal, having priority over the other digits on the diagonal. Well, let's think about this diagonal. For digits to repeat as much as possible, this must be like the anti-diagonal puzzles where the same 3 digits are on the diagonal. So if this was 259, that would be a set of 259, that would be a set of 259, for instance. That must be how that works for that diagonal. And I don't see that a digit in that diagonal can have priority. But I suppose in this diagonal, one digit could repeat more than the others, and that digit would have priority. So I think that's what it means. Let's try and work it out as we go along. Do give it a try on the link under the video. You will be able to judge from the video length how hard this is. I don't really know, but yeah, well, I'm going to take my time and try and talk you through it, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to restart the clock. Let's get cracking. I'm going to start with this long diagonal, which, because it has no repeats, has a full set of the digits 1 to 9 on, because it's 9 cells long. And it's already got a 6, a 3, a 7, and a 4. It needs a 2 on it that won't be in this box. Could be there or in one of those. Okay, this isn't actually giving me much. I mean, I suppose this is on that diagonal, so it can't be 4, 3, 6 or 7. It also can't be 2 or 5. Okay, let's try this diagonal then. I suppose I'd much rather work with the positive diagonals with no repeats, because that's like Sudoku, I understand it. Let's try this one, which has got a 5 and a 9 and that digit on. Well, I think that means that 5 and 9 must repeat in those 3 cells. Oh, neither of these 2 cells can be 5 or 9, because that pair is looking at those. So that's a 5-9 pair, and that's a 5-9 pair, if my understanding is correct. And I'm reasonably confident on the 9 cell diagonal. I think this diagonal also has a repeated triple, so there must be a 9 in one of those cells, and there must be a 5 in one of those 2. Ah, now has anything happened to the big diagonal? Oh, this is 5 or 9 now. So 2 is now definitely in one of those 2 cells on that positive diagonal. But there isn't a number that can't be up there and must be down there as a result. Okay, so... okay, apart from 5 and 9, this digit is always the same. So that must be the same 3 times. Oh, what cells does it... what digits does it see? Right. This one sees 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. This one sees 4 and 6. Right, if my analysis is correct, this of the rules, this digit is a 1. So forget the colouring. And there are no 1s given in the grid. I think that's plausible. Now, where's 1 on the diagonal? It's either there or there. I don't really want to pencil mark that because it's a bit of a mess. Maybe these diagonals near the long corner one, they're only missing 1 digit. If I could find what that digit was, then I'd know what digits were appearing on here. Oh, well look, we've got 1, 5, all the odds are there, aren't they? So, and 1 even is looking at each other cell. That's really weird. There's an odd symmetry going on here. Oh, but oh look, no, this is going to be huge. This is the most important bit of the rule, and I've been ignoring it so far. I think what the rule is saying, that on these negative diagonals, 1 number appears as often as it possibly can, the priority digit. And that means that in each box, there's a digit that appears, and it's 8, isn't it? Because that is the only digit that appears in box 2 on this diagonal. Let me just colour the diagonal so we can see what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that 1 digit must appear in each box on this diagonal. Well, if 8 appears in each box, the only place it can be in box 6 is there. So we can just write that in. And then there's going to be an 8 in one of those cells, an 8 in one of those, an 8 in one of those. And in fact, this can't be 8 now anyway because of that. Oh, this is going to be huge. I'm beginning to think this puzzle's not going to be too hard. We've got 2 there, so that 2 has to appear here on this diagonal. Let me just, I'm sorry, I am going to bother to colour these diagonals because I just think it could be quite helpful. Yeah, look, there's a 3 on that one and a 7 on that one. So this 3 has to go into both those cells. Oh, I see. This is huge. And indeed must appear in one of each of those. This 2 has to appear in one of each of those, not there. This 7 can be written in twice in full and must also appear in these sets. Actually, these 3 repeats that I thought were so helpful are possibly the least helpful of all. I mean, obviously this diagonal was quite helpful, but this one, it's not really doing anything for me. Whereas this one, even, has got 4 there. So I must need a 4 in one of those and a 4 in one of those. The symmetry says there's a given 6. The givens are actually very helpful in this puzzle. There's a 4 there, so that's a 4. and one of those is a 4, and there's a 6 there, putting a 6 here, and one of those is a 6. And that's the last useful diagonal. Obviously, there's nothing to be learnt from diagonals that are within a single box, so we can forget those. And now we might actually have enough pencil marking. Just, well, okay, let's remember the diagonal rule. Oh, hang on. This is naked. That's so weird. I'm just going to colour this long diagonal. Maybe we've just put in enough to make it naked. But look, this in its column sees 1, 3, 5, 4. In its row, it sees 2, 9. And on its diagonal, it sees 6 and 7. So that's got to be an 8. I do find these positive diagonals, as I said, easier to work with because I sort of understand the elimination of digits a bit better. That's 2 or 5 than the forced repetition of as many digits as possible. That just seems so artificial to me. This is 1, 2 or 9. So actually I haven't only got that 8 out of that theory. 5, 2. So I just feel that we've done some Sudoku here and we've got chances now. Look, 2 and 2. I can put a 2 in there. That's not a 2, and we need a 2 on this diagonal. It's got to go in the corner where it gets no song. Now I've got a 1, 9 pair on the diagonal, so that's where 5 goes. That didn't decide between these 5s. The 9, well, there is a 9 in one of those 2 cells now. I think this is a puzzle in which the corner marking in the areas of a box where a digit has to be could be quite helpful. Yes, actually, those 2s were seeing a given 2, so that was straightforward. I think the biggest puzzle in this puzzle might be understanding the rules when you come down to it, because they're a bit odd, but they're very helpful. This is where 6 is in column 1. Oh yeah, I can finish column 1. 9 and 7. That 9 puts a 1 on the diagonal. That puts a 9 there. I still haven't really thought about using these underpopulated diagonals, and I don't think I need to. This is a naked 5, the cell I'm in there. This is a 4, 3 pair as a result. Across the bottom, this is a naked 6. It sees 8, 2, 5, 4, 3, 9 in the row, 1, 7 in the box. I can finish off the row. That's where 5 goes. 9, 6, 5, 2, 1, 7. We need a 4 in one of those, yes. Just checking the rules. That's not a 4. So now that's a 2, 6 pair. That's a 4, 8 pair. 5, 6, 4, 2, 4, 7, 1, 5, 2. This is 4 or 8. I would have thought we were disambiguating enough to get these done. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let's just have a look at this box. 6, yes, 6 has decided where 6 is there. That puts a 6 here. This is now a 4, 8 pair. 6, 9, 3, 2, 4. This is a naked 5. It sees all the other digits in some orientation. That's a 1. We can put in 8 in the box. That sorts out 4, 8. That sorts out 5, 9. I think I am left amazed at the patterns that you can create. Oh, that wasn't a 4. That was a 3 though. So this is 1, 7, 5. Yes, 7, 1, 5. So the top 3 rows are done there. That 4 above has sorted out 8, 4. The 6, 2 pair here is done. Must be able to finish this box, I would have thought. 6 there, 3, which was needed on the diagonal, 9 and 8, yeah, they're done. That's going to sort out all of the bottom 3 rows. They're all done, and this is just coming together now. 3, 1, 7, 8, 9, 7. I mean, it's almost totally straightforward once you understand the rules, but I tell you what's really interesting about this is, oh, I don't get a tick, so I've done something wrong. Or have I got it not on? Let me just see if I can find what I've done wrong. I must have typed something in wrong. or else I've got the setting on don't give me a tick when I finish the puzzle, which would be unusual for me, but it might have happened. 7, 1, 4, 3, 4. I don't understand. It looks okay. I'm going to go for the tick now. No. It's told me what I've got wrong. Okay, I've misentered a digit. Let's just go back on that. Oh, I've put in those the wrong way round. I do apologise. I think that was just typing. 4, 5. There we go. So it wasn't that hard. And look at these coloured columns now. I didn't even understand this before. It was clearly in the rules that you repeat as few digits as possible because you're repeating a digit as many times as possible. So not only are you putting 8 in all 5 boxes there, in the remaining cells you're putting the same digit in each of them, which is a 4. And in this one, it's just 2 digits on the diagonal, 2 and 6. And in this one, it's just 3 and 8. You see, I am left. This puzzle wasn't very hard. Let's not be honest. Let's not be dishonest about that. I'm not going to lie. It was quite straightforward. What's amazing about it is what you can do with a Sudoku grid, with a Latin square. I just would never have thought that you could make a grid where the positive diagonals obeyed this rule. And look, I haven't even used any of this, that those don't contain a repeat, but they don't. 7, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. 9, 7, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5. 4, 9, 2, 8, 1, 6 there. Isn't it amazing? 6, 8, 9, 7, 3. There's no repeats on any of those. And yet everything repeats as much as it possibly can on these other ones. 5, 9, 1, 5, 9, 1. 6, 7, 6, 6, 7. All of the negative diagonals only have 2 digits, except for the ones which are forced to have 3. By Sudoku rules. And in fact, those 3 are always 1, 5, and 9. I've only just noticed that now. It's so weird. I'm really impressed. I mean, it's more a mathematical discovery than a difficult Sudoku, but it's just elegant all the way through. Thank you, Spacky. I'm a bit blown away by that. That's so strange that those rules... And I never used the fact that 2 was going to repeat on there or that 4 was going to repeat on here. And the puzzle's solved anyway. Oh, weird. I'm just going to be stopping the video in a moment and thinking about this grid quite a lot. It's just fascinating. Absolutely strange. The last time I was as gobsmacked was when... Yeah, when Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards came up with that grid where basically there was this same arrangement of high-low digits in threes in every box in the grid. It was just really weird to me as well. That is amazing. I'm intrigued. Anyway, thank you for watching. Really enjoyed that puzzle, even though it was one of the easier ones, I really enjoyed it. And that's the most important thing with Sudoku. If you're not loving the J die hunt because it's hard, then just do something you enjoy. Go to one of our apps or something. That's my tip. Have a great new year and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.